10 TV show stars who fell off the deep end. Before we start, I'd like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Film Explosion. For nearly every celebrity buried under a plethora of success and mainstream notoriety, there's an equally successful celebrity who has seemingly disappeared either into the ether or of normality. Or as you'll come to find out, they strayed so far into the bizarre that their careers ultimately suffered for it. Generally, when a big name disappears, it can be attributed to poor choices in the films that they've performed in or poor choices they've made with drugs and alcohol. Sometimes an actor makes an effort to go back to a more private life. It might not be very common for an A-lister to just disappear though, but it does happen. Here are 10 TV show stars who fell off the face of the earth. Number 1. Amanda Bynes. Once upon a time, starlet Amanda Bynes inspired young girls everywhere to be their weird, funny selves as the lead in The Amanda Show. After the show wrapped, Bynes starred in a few A-list roles on Hairspray and She's the Man, though the positive press only seemed to last a few years before her career imploded entirely.
She was really open and raw about how that time was not a happy period and was a very dark, sad place.
The legal trouble began in 2012 and hasn't seen an end yet. Through a number of DUI and drug arrests, very strange behavior, she enjoyed starting fires in the driveways of strangers in California, along with a 72-hour mental health evaluation held in a hospital, it's safe to say we won't be hearing from Bynes anytime soon. Number 2. Jamie Lynn Spears. The younger sibling of Britney Spears didn't hide long in her sister's shadow before entering in the limelight. Though Spears made a few appearances in film and television as a child, most notably in Crossroads as the younger sister of Britney's character Lucy Wagner, she didn't receive star status until landing the lead role as Zoe Brooks on the Nickelodeon show Zoe 101. After 3 years on the very popular show, the 16-year-old announced that she was pregnant.
I found out I was pregnant. I made a decision that I was going to go home. I bought a house, and I've got to grow up. I've got to figure out what kind of future I'm going to create for my daughter. I mean, I was about to have a child at 16 years old.
Effectively ending her role on the show and putting her acting career on hiatus. Though she has tried to break through as a country star, Jamie Lynn has not seen success at rehabilitating her career since. Number 3. Liv Tyler. The Lord of the Rings star and arguably the most attractive element ever portrayed on camera hasn't seen much success as of late. Though Tyler has appeared on shows like Gunpowder and Harlot, we haven't seen her shine on screen in quite a while. Number 4. Tara Reid. Actress turned professional party girl Tara Reid can blame a few botched plastic surgeries for her steady decline in Hollywood. Well, you might also be to blame her career slump on her reality show Paradise, which basically gave witness to her excessive partying.
So ridiculous, it's so bad that it's good, and it's just, I mean, we've already gone to outer space. I already had a baby instead of a shark. I mean, we've done everything.
Though Reid has presumably called it quits with her acting career, a few small business ventures have kept her afloat in the last decade. Number 5. Katherine Heigl.
Fairly or unfairly, a few years ago you developed this reputation for being difficult, and just recently there was a Facebook Q&A. Someone asked you, I've heard rumors that you're very rude.
I don't, and I'm not. And you know what, I've been saying I don't think I am. I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it. I'm not a rude person. I'm not an unkind or mean person. I would never go out of my way.
Television medical drama Grey's Anatomy catapulted Katherine Heigl into the limelight. After further success with movies like Knocked Up and The Ugly Truth, Heigl decided to leave Grey's Anatomy in 2010 to focus on her film career. Unfortunately, this would prove to be a catastrophic decision, as nearly every film she appeared in after the fact landed her a Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actress. Now it appears Heigl has given up her career entirely, much to the chagrin of many critics. Number 6. Chad Michael Murray. In terms of television heartthrobs of the 21st century, One Tree Hill's Chad Michael Murray would definitely take the cake. Though unfortunately for Murray, after the show wrapped up in 2009, he was only able to find a few serious non-heartthrob roles, one of which he found in Fruitvale Station. Number 7. Blake Lively. As her time on Gossip Girl neared an end, Lively leveraged her savvy reps to vie for the hottest movie roles in town, and she wrangled high-profile auditions for female leads in The Silver Linings Playbook, The Great Gatsby, and Gravity. But despite being bandied about as a contender in the press, she wasn't able to score any of those game-changing vehicles. Instead, she co-starred in Green Lantern and Savages, neither of which set the world abuzz. Number 8. Brian Bonsall. Sometimes an actor's fall from grace can be a bit harder than others, especially when he smashes headfirst into the pavement. This happened to be the case for Brian Bonsall, the kid who played Andy Keaton on ABC's hit series Family Ties. While I wasn't a huge fan of the show myself, I do remember him from the Disney Channel comedy Blank Check, where he played this 12-year-old kid who becomes rich after he cashes $1 million check from a bank robber. Bonsall had a promising career ahead of him following Family Ties in both film and television, but he ended up deciding to retire young in 1995 and form a rock band called Late Bloomers with his buddies a couple years later. The punk band hopped through the early 2000s and was arrested in 2007 for assaulting his girlfriend at the time, Despite all these moronic arrests, Bonsall is still performing in punk bands and living a very mediocre life on the road. Number 9. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. While he landed the role of Randy Taylor on ABC's comedy series Home Improvement, he had no clue what would be in store for him as he got older. While playing the part of the sarcastic, intelligent middle son of Tim the Toolman Taylor, he seemed to set every girl's heart on fire so much that Thomas ended up branching out to voice acting. He was the voice of Simba on The Lion King, and then went over to actual live-action films. Though education always seemed to win out over acting when it came to Thomas, he eventually enrolled at Harvard University before moving over to St. Andrews University in Scotland for a year. He graduated from Columbia University of General Studies in 2010. Since his Home Improvement days, he has guest starred in numerous TV shows but has never officially dived back into acting full-time. Number 10. Maya Bruton. We all fell in love with Maya Bruton when she was the scrappy little Thor-obsessed kid who gave Emily Shue's character in Adventures in Babysitting so much trouble. She also played a character on Fox's Parker Lewis Can't Lose for 3 series until the show's cancellation. Before the now cult classic Babysitting, Bruton starred in Back to the Future and a show called Lime Street with Robert Wagner. After Adventures, Bruton danced around TV and played in Sky Trackers, a TV movie, 21 Jump Street, Highway to Heaven, Trapper John, MD, and The Wonder Years before she gave up the craft altogether to focus on her education and attend Yale University. She eventually became a very successful attorney and married her wife Lara Spots. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can stay up to date on all of our videos. Also, watch the 2 videos that are currently on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.